Hey, what's going on, guys? It's got Professor O coming through with a dose of that good yoke. I'm everywhere like broken glass. I'm around like a circle. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. Hey, look at it. All tongue twister, right? It is a little bit earlier, but you know, that's how we do. We start the Saturdays also bright and early. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. Today, I want to talk about don't stress progress. Exactly what I mean is that a lot of stress comes from your mind overworking or overreacting because that's what the mind does. Why? The mind likes minding. Literally, it likes to figure out, it likes to dissect, it likes to calculate, etc. so forth. So while it's in the progress of minding, why don't you give it something to mind? Give something to progress towards. It can be anything, really. But it's always good to have some form of idea to get started. And then while you have that momentum, try and always organize your direction so you're not scattered everywhere. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. I got the handy dandy notebook in the spot. Don't make it hot. Who writes a script? Clearly your boy still does. Don't hate me because you ain't me. Maybe you need to appreciate, never deviate or devastate. If you're on some type of hate, you need levitate or meditate. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. Progression beats depression every trip. What do I mean by that? Why? Because people that are depressed are stagnant. And you got to realize life isn't stagnant, it's in constant state of motion. Now, it's always good to operate from a place of rest, and you want to be able to sit still. But when you're sitting still, you're in the great gurus and the enlightenments and the Buddhas, the Krishnas, the Christs, the chosen ones, the Taos, whatever you want to call them, whatever term, the ones who bring a peak of understanding and awareness, and when they hit that sit still moment, realizes that that sit still moment is like stagnant motion. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about stagnicity when the point is that you're not progressing, you're not moving anywhere, you're not going anywhere. You got to realize those great ones, stagnicity was stagnant motion, meaning they were moving at such a fast rate that they were sitting still. It's very hard to comprehend because there's you got to realize when you hit a point of awareness and understanding, words can't express the experience. You literally just have to understand it because you have to experience it yourself. But I digress, right? I'm not gonna get into that. We're getting into more mundane terms, but still very important. Just because it's mundane doesn't mean it lacks of importance. If you're in the depressed state, that's because you're not progressing. Literally as it means. You're not making motion. You're not progressing. You're not going anywhere. You're not putting your first foot forward. You're not putting your front foot forward in front of the other. You're in stagnicity. Now understand this. If you're in stagnicity, understand life is motion. Everything is moving. Your body is constantly moving. Your heart is constantly pumping. Everything's in constant state of motion. So being that if your body's in constant state of motion and your mind is in constant state of motion, now you yourself can have control of that to be able to stop these things 1000%. You need to always operate from a place of rest, and sometimes you can just sit still and observe. But if you're not progressing, then you really don't have anything to observe. If you're not having any experience, then you're not having anything to observe of what you've learned from your experiences. It's stagnant posture, which is very poisonous. And if you're not progressing, you're decaying. I digress. Let's move on to the next. If you're not progressing, you're regressing. Literally, as I was just saying. Because again, life's in constant state of motion. So if you're not moving forward, then you're going backwards. Why? Because if life is in constant motion and it's going one direction, and you're not going in that same direction, or at least faster than that direction to be ahead of time, then you're being left behind time and you're going to be stuck in the past. You have to be in a constant state of motion in order to operate in any form of success. That's just literally what it is. And that's when you're defeating laziness, you're defeating your stagnicity, you're staying consistent. And that's all, is sticking to your script, creating a script, sticking to it, understand that it's going to lead to progression and benefits and success. But it's sticking to the script, understanding that that's what it is. Life is always going to move around you, but now you got to move with it or move through it. I digress. Having a sense of direction is always beneficial to the cause. However, it's best to have an idea just to get started. And I noticed in a lot of individuals, even in myself in the past, is that I may have been stuck in a situation because I didn't put my first foot forward, or I didn't initiate. I got an idea and I didn't initiate from there. I didn't take the initiative to start it. or even to finish it. And that'll be another situation. You want to finish. You always want to finish to be able to have that feeling of knowing like, all right, I know that. Because there's nothing worse than going to sleep and you're thinking about what could have been or how it could have been, instead of understanding like, I'd rather fail and have an understanding and go to sleep and like, all right, well, I know that didn't work out, than to leave that potential there, sitting there, to understand that I started or moved towards the situation, and then it's like, oh man, but what if that would have happened? It's too many what ifs. It's pretty much like in my teenage age, going to the mall or whatever public setting, and you see a beautiful woman, whatever the case may be, and now you may lock eyes, may not, but you guys cross paths, and you don't say anything. You don't take that chance. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go up to girls and say, hey, how you doing? Ew, no thank you. All right, that's fine, that's good. Great, and groovy. The beautiful thing is that I know. I have an understanding. All right, great. But what if I walk past and, eyes were shared and, glances exchanged, whatever the case may be, and then that was it, and then you just think about, or what could be or what could have happened? Nah, man, that's not how life is supposed to be. You gotta go out there, see, experience, live your life, right? I'd rather, even the Bible talks about that. So it's such I love that book so much. It literally talks about, it's better love you, I'm paraphrasing right now. I could look it up, but I ain't got, do I got my tab on? No, I don't, it's in the spot. Pretty much I'm gonna paraphrase, it's in Proverbs though. It's better love rebuked than love hidden. Somewhere along those lines, pretty much saying it's better to announce your love and be rebuked from it than to hold it in and not have an understanding or a knowing of what could have been or what could be, right? I digress. And that's ain't straight to top. I'm long-winded. Let's get down to this round now. One foot in front of the other, one goal after the next, literally like that. And you keep progressing. That's it. That's how you gain momentum, success momentum. Because you got to realize, you got to figure out, and you can't really let failure stop you at all. Why? Because failure is just a way, you just figured out a way that didn't work. At least that's how I look at it. Like, I never get hurt. I never get too emotional to the point I'm upset that it didn't work that way. But then now I understand, all right, then there's another way. There's always a way. If there's a will, there's a way. But if you're not directing your will towards a way, then you won't be able to have that success and be able to see or hear the words that I say. Speaking see that. But you get what I'm saying. Will, there's a way. Progression. I can't stress that enough. Like, literally, always progress. Always keep putting your front foot in front of the other. Why? And you're gonna have haters. They're gonna be like, that don't work. Or what are you doing? This, that, and the third. And that's great, grand, and groovy. Totally fine. But you gotta progress. You have to be able to progress. You have to be able to keep putting your foot in front of the other, regardless of the situation. Life moves on. Life goes on. You have to continue going. Then you could be put in a position where now you're able to help and teach others or your youth. I digress. Stay in your lane. Your accomplishments are your own. Who you choose to share them with is your choice, but be mindful, not all will be thrilled. And I need you to understand that as well, right? Because you can share anything. And this is why I keep my business very, 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 very sealed tight. Like, I keep it airtight. Why? Because at the same time, I'm not going to talk about anything prematurely that is not already in the works. And I'm not even going to talk about it while it's in the works, because you'll be surprised. Like, people, they'll in your face, they'll be like, oh, wow, that's really good. I appreciate it, Paul. That sounds really cool. Wow, this, that, and the third. Oh, you're doing that? I see you out here, etc. and so forth. Oh, you doing that? Oh, you're official. They'll say all this bull, right? But then behind your back, you be like, oh, this nigga, oh, fuck that. This ain't, he ain't gonna succeed. I don't know what he talking about. I don't know. He always trying some shit. This, that, and the third. I'm telling you, it's best keep it airtight, and it's best to express the situation when it's already been achieved. Be like, yo, I did this, right? Oh, well, I know you was working on that. Yeah, I'm out here doing that. What you up to? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, that's it. You can share your accomplishments, etc. and so forth. But again, be mindful that not all is going to be thrilled. Some is going to be thrilled. And if you have individuals that surround you or in your immediate presence that are thrilled to see you succeed, congratulations. You have very genuine people around you. That's a beautiful thing. But 9.9 times out of 10, depending on the area where you live at, nobody don't give a damn. Like, You should care about your situation, not anyone else. But if you do have anybody else that's rooting for you and silently supporting you, that's a beautiful thing. Keep it going. Everybody loves and admires the masterpiece, but forget it was a blank canvas in the beginning. Oh yes, indeed. And this is what I'm saying. Like, when you have vision and when you see the vision for yourself, that's what God has blessed you with, to be able to, for you to see something that's in your path that you're able to accomplish. That's for you. That's literally your vision. No one will never understand your vision because they can't see it how you see it. No one will want to support your vision because they can't see it how you see it. No one's going to care about your vision because they can't see it how you see it. That's just what it is, point blank, period. It ain't no in-betweens, it ain't no figuring out why I need support. God is going to provide for you all the situations. All you got to do is keep going. Keep putting your front foot forward in front of the other, and you will get there. You got to keep going. You got to keep moving forward, continuously, nonstop, this, that, or third. It's just what it is. Some will go with you with the same momentum, some will be left behind, and it is what it is. It's nothing personal. It's personal for you, but it's not personal in general. So don't ever let your personal endeavors be generally scrutinized because you feel like you have to live up to a certain situation, or like, no one cares, like, literally, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm telling you, in the real, true, really what it's about, nobody don't give a damn. And if you have a bunch of people that care about what you got going on in your personal life, then that means they either have something to gain or they have something to lose. Because genuinely, nobody don't give a fuck about what you're doing unless they have something to gain or they have something to lose. And most of the times it's both. But that ain't got nothing to do with you. It's all about how you can gain from your situation, what God has already placed in your path and your God. Remember, the gifts and calling of God are irrevocable. So the gifts He bestowed upon you and your calling that's been given to you, the devil can't stop, can't take, can't do anything. At most, what the devil can do is prolong the inevitable. But that's just what it is. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. It's going to connect. It was meant for you to be successful. It was meant for you to be great. It was meant for me to be successful. It was meant for me to be great. You have to understand these things. It's written in the Bible. You're more than a conqueror. Understand that. I'm speaking sexy. I'm talking real. And again, that's it. Again, this message is for the adept out there, for the master, the expert, the proficient, efficient, the self-efficient, the one that's always doing it and never losing it, that's growing, that's blowing, that's going at all times. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And remember, speak good, do good, see good, because when it is good, it's all good. Can you dig it? And for the haters out there that love looking at your boy, make sure you look at my good side, because you know that I'm sexy. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Peace, love, and light. I'll see you guys in the next video.